Hi. So I want to talk a little bit about another thing that happened that just makes me super cynical and cold and dead inside. Um, Lots of trans folks can probably identify with the fact that whenever you join some new community of some kind, it feels like it's just sort of a ticking clock until you run into some person or situation that makes you feel less than welcome. Maybe not that people are hostile to you or outright mean, but like you kind of just don't belong here. No one's thinking about you in this space. And so I've mentioned before that I've been driving for Lyft to fill in the gaps with Patreon income so Celeste and I can pay the bills. And there's a Cincinnati Lyft driver Facebook group that I joined. And I thought, like, cool tips and tricks, maybe meet some folks. Obviously, something that's completely devoid of context of like queer and trans stuff and social justice issues is something that I'm probably going to be a little more weary of. And then, of course, Cincinnati Pride was last weekend. And I was kind of expecting to run into something gross, and boy, did I run into something gross. So there was a post that said, I just picked up the hottest transgender ever! Exclamation point. Lol. Does that make me gay? Silly face. Someone, I shit you not, with a rainbow profile pic filter. A hole is a hole. Someone else with a GIF saying, yes, it does. Someone else says, if this happened in Kentucky, yes, you're gay. It pisses me off when their boobs are bigger than mine. Only gay if your balls touched. This is great. Did he give you a tip? And of course, I had to be the killjoy. Transgender is an adjective, not a noun. And if she's a transgender woman, she's a woman. So no, not gay. And what followed was the predictable, oh, he's a jokester. He didn't mean anything by it. Nobody's being mean. And my reaction was like, cool, but like, this isn't your community or your life experience, and it's my community and my life experience. And it fucking sucks that it seems like I can't ever join any community ever without being made to feel in some way like that space is just not for me. I'm not welcome there. It's not for me. No one's ever considered the fact that there would actually be one of those people in their spaces. And it fucking sucks. And that was literally like right as I was getting picked up in a car to go home from Pride. I pulled up like, oh, let's see what's happening on Facebook. And that was literally the first thing I saw. And I I hate it when stuff like that ruins my day, because I'd had a really good day at Pride, aside from, having to spend forever in the line for the bathroom and waiting a little bit too long to eat. Like, neither of those things were were fun, but that was my fault for not bringing enough snacks and not going to the bathroom sooner. So those unpleasant experiences were totally on my fault. No fault of anyone at Pride or anything like that. But I had a good day. And then, I jump in the car and I see that, and it's just like, well, fuck, like, I just, I can't ever join any space or community without just wondering when the other shoe is going to drop, right? When's someone going to say something silly that makes me uncomfortable and feel like I don't belong there? And I have a friend who I'm playing a campaign of the new Star Trek tabletop RPG with, and we had a thing that night, which is why I left Pride a little bit early, because I was gonna go, and I was just so down and so disappointed. I was just like, you know what? I think I'm just gonna stay home and drink until I don't feel feelings anymore. And I thought, no, every time I go do something like this, even if I maybe feel like I don't want to, I always end up thinking like that was the right thing to do. I should have done that. That was a good idea. So I'm going to force myself to go, even though I'm not really in the headspace for it. And you know what? I did, and it was wonderful. Um, a space where I was the only queer person as far as I know, the only trans person as far as I know, but nobody gave a shit. Like, we were just there to role play Star Trek, and it was a lot of fun, and it was super valuable to be in that space, and I'm glad I did it. So I don't know if there's a moral to the story or anything like that, but just, another sort of illustration of how fucking silly this stuff can be sometimes, and it seems never ending. But I had a good night, And then I went home and drank some Jolly Rancher vodka, and it was wonderful. Love you.